Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. Got some jams going real quick while we kind of let this stuff start to tick up. I am actually today challenged to stream on my Facebook as well. So we are live on YouTube and also live on my Facebook. So we'll see how that kind of goes when it comes into who decides to hop on that stream. That will be interesting. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Been quite a fun week. I know mostly everyone might still be kind of getting their workday done, getting that grind finished. So glad to have those on that are on watching the stream. Wanted to kind of re-talk to some folks about a quick update on the channel and an update on the Hack the Box Intro to Blue Team challenges I've been knocking out. And it's been a blast. So kind of just hang out for a bit, see who wants to hop along and jump on. And I was trying to update my audio settings because I want to make sure my audio is coming in the right place. So we'll kind of just hang out for a bit and let this kind of music take us through the early evenings of 3 o'clock here in Arizona time, wrapping up those last 2 hours of work. And hopefully everyone's having a good day. So if you're on the stream or if you're checking us out for the first time, please drop a hello or say hi in chat. We'd love to see who's kind of hanging out with us today. And yeah, we'll kind of let the music jive for a bit. And then I'm going to jump on the Hack the Box kind of platform and just kind of talk about the Intro to Blue Team rooms I've been knocking out kind of. We're about just over 25% way done. So wanted to kind of give you guys some feedback on my thoughts so far on the Hack the Box platform with their Blue Team kind of oriented training, which I personally have been really loving it. And today I got to mess around with some Wireshark, which I love me, my PCAPs, getting kind of going there and kind of getting to follow along to really see the traffic going on. So, but yeah, it's been enjoyable so far. So let's sit tight for a bit, see who wants to hop on, say hello. If not, I will just start talking into the void and get this kind of running. So awesome. All right, we should have, it looks like we have the microphone going in the right place. So awesome. Default is my microphone. So perfect. It freaked me out because I thought it was coming from my camera. So give me 2 seconds. That's better. Here and turn that mute. Hey, what's going on, channel? So my name's Andrew, Ginger Hacker, and a few quick little updates on the channel. Guys, we did it, and gals. We broke our 10K goal, which was fantastic. So excited for that kind of milestone with this series I've been running for Breaking into Cyber. So really appreciate everybody that's been in my network and kind of all the pros and support that's been happening on the channel. I really wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing without the support from my friends, family, and other mentors and my mentees that enjoy what we're talking about. So as always, really appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. So got myself my amazing energy drink today, which is I'm rocking a Ghost Cherry Limeade because probably going to hit the gym here a little bit later with one of my buddies today. And was just dragging a little bit. So needed a quick little pick me up. So had to pop down a quick little energy drink to kind of get the day going. But hey, what's going on? This is your first time on the channel. Hello, how's it going? My name is Andrew. And you've stumbled across a series or kind of vlogs and video updates of my running series of Breaking into Cyber. So things that we've been talking about here in the last probably, we'll say month. So we had DEF CON that just came and went, had an amazing time inside New Village. And coming off of that, getting back to work, back into the drive of things, everyone's getting to post all their content about how amazing DEF CON was and pretty much how everyone had such a fantastic time and everything that they learned. So you had amazing content creators there. You had folks that had never been there at all. And then you had obviously returning veterans of many rocking out inside Blue Team Village, Red Team Village, Maritime Village, Lockpick Village, and so much more. So New Village had some amazing turnout. Pretty much every single one of our talks was completely packed, filled to the room. We had to turn folks away. We were very lucky enough to actually get to record all of our talks from my YouTube channel, Ginger Hacker. So if you didn't make it to DEF CON this year and you're wanting to kind of at least catch out some of those recordings we did, they are on my channel. Go to the DEF CON 33 New Village playlist and check those out. DEF CON itself also on a lot of the main stages do record all of their talks and content. So if there's a panel you missed or a specific room or thing you're trying to kind of maybe look into or get more information on, check DEF CON's main site and see if those have been released yet. They also have a Discord. Check the Discord as well to see if those have been dropped. So, but hey, let's go ahead and bring up our amazing time we've been doing inside Hack the Box. So Hack the Box has their blue team oriented training, and their track is called Intro to Blue Team. So I've gone ahead and started going through a few of these, and let me tell you, it's pretty fun. You'll get to do some amazing, like today I just did Mercat, which was awesome, and that was a pretty fun one, because I actually got to get into some of the PCAPs. I'm not going to give you all the answers, but we actually got to go into some of the PCAP data using Wireshark. So looking and getting into Wireshark and going through a lot of these kind of files was actually pretty fun. So I won't lie. At one point I did have to pop up the official write-up and kind of get myself a little bit of guidance into maybe navigating Wireshark for a specific query I was looking for, which there's no shame in. Don't forget, this journey on breaking into cyber and trying to get into cybersecurity is a crawl, walk, run process. We don't expect you to have all the answers. We know that you're going to ask questions, and if you need to have a solution or someone to kind of help you either defend along, or as Tyler Ramsey likes to do with his videos of his hack-alongs, there's no shame picking up in a guide and going through that guide and kind of walking yourself through the steps that you need to do. Now, I would challenge you that maybe once if you have to use a guide to find a solution, maybe give it a day, go back into the challenge, and then try to replicate that without using the guide to really solidify those skills on getting that piece of information that you needed. So, but yeah, so the track right now for the Intro to Blue Team is just the first one I kind of wanted to knock out and kind of ideally vet for my noob-friendly traffic, my noob-friendly New Village peeps for breaking into cyber, and kind of just check it out. So as you can see, there's also your intro to red teaming, ICS and SCADA, detecting Active Directory attacks, and a ton of other things as well. So even the intro to Dante, which, fun fact, if you actually pay for the Pro Labs, you can get into the intro to Dante, which, let's see if I can actually go here. Here we go, Pro Labs. So inside your Pro Labs, you actually have these challenges that by going in here and actually competing and doing these challenges, you'll actually get a certificate of completion, which is actually also valid for your CEP points. So the cool thing I think with this is one, on some of these, if you also get stuck, they have walkthroughs. So I don't think there's one for Dante, but there actually is one for another one. But the cool thing is actually once you go and complete all these challenges and get the flags, see if I can go to the overview. So yeah, so 14 machines, 27 flags. It's tagged as beginner level. I would say that this is a really fun room if you have a decent write-up or a process on how to do pen testing and maybe basic enumeration, privilege escalation, and such like that. But the cool thing with this is when you are done, you actually will get a certificate showing that you completed the Pro Lab, which I think is actually really fantastic and fun. And if you can see down here for your CPE point credits, you actually get 40 credit points for completing this room. And so it says it's about a 40-hour room. So, I mean, give or take, if you want to try to do maybe 8 hours a day on messing around with this room and trying to enumerate and get all your flags, this is a fantastic way, one, to kind of revamp up and knock out your CPE points for any other certifications you have, but also just to actually level up some skills and get into maybe introduction to pen testing. So, but I will leave the pen testing to Tyler Ramsby over at Hack Smarter and the GRC stuff over to Simply Cyber. We're here to talk about Sherlock rooms and our intro to Blue Team. which once again, I would challenge everybody. I've been kind of going here and picking here and there rooms I wanted to try within our Sherlocks, but these Sherlock rooms are fantastic. Different ways you can kind of start leveling up in specific categories, as I mentioned before. So once again, video is not sponsored by Hack the Box. However, Hack the Box gave me a huge hookup with getting myself this account. So I really want to give them some love because the training I think right now inside Hack the Box is phenomenal. And a lot of these walkthroughs are very much crawl, walk, run that can kind of get you into the weeds and the processes of breaking into cyber. So as I mentioned before, you have the 5 different categories that we can get into here. Let me see if I can hide my face real quick. That way we can just fully look. Your head kind of scratching a little bit. So understand that it's always it's a good refresher, I guess is the best way to say it, to jump back into these rooms and kind of just challenge yourself to see what you can get into. So don't forget also for the challenges here, they also have these fun little challenges you can also do. And within the challenges, so some of these are going to require a VIP pass or access. So you'll have to have a specific pro account or so you're subscribed to something. But also keep in mind that you can do any of the free rooms that are not VIP required. So, and I think obviously if you can go here to, let's check OSINT ones real quick. So a handful of these are going to be the VIP, it looks like, but let's do VIP, we'll do web and pwn. So a handful of these are going to be the VIP, but it's okay. Because what we're going to do is I'll be doing a few of these different rooms and still doing my walkthroughs with you guys of when I'm kind of doing my live streams later in the evenings to kind of show you guys the breaking into cyber aspects of defensive side and also giving my noob stamp of approval for being a noob friendly room. So I think that's one thing that's really important to remind yourselves that you want to jump into these challenges with an open mindset and understand that you're going to get some struggles sometimes, and that's okay. And you're also going to have some pushback sometimes, and that's also okay. Use Google, use your resources to find out that solution that you need, because once you get into the real world, that's going to be the same aspect. You're going to be walking through a solution or a problem or a case, and you'll need to kind of either use some good deductive reasoning to figure out what exactly you need to do to solve this, or call and work upon ask a friend, ask a colleague, go through some SOPs that have been written and see what you can do to solve those. So the next piece of what I want to do is I'm kind of just going to turn the music on for a bit and kind of jive. And I want to leave this open up to any kind of AMAs or ask me anything. If there's anyone in the chat watching that has any questions on Hack the Box's platform, on their Sherlock rooms, on any of these challenges we've been talking about, and kind of leave the floor open. So I'll give it about 5 minutes or so while we kind of just jam out to some music while I kind of just do some deep scrolling and working to see if anyone has any questions. So awesome, everybody. Well, I'll leave with that before I turn the music on. And I appreciate you guys coming to the stream real quick to check this out. And drop in, if you've done a room here in Hack the Box, what your favorite room's been. If you've done any of the challenges or Sherlocks. And if you recommend a Sherlock for us to kind of crawl, walk, run together. Because I think a lot of these too, if you jump into these, you'll realize that they're great ways to learn. And they've been a good time. It's really nice to get in these and kind of also just re-solidify the fundamentals. So if you're considering breaking into cyber, if you're considering getting into Hack the Box as a training platform, you 100% have my stamp of approval, Hack the Box, for being very noob friendly and having some amazing, great rooms that are very, I'd say, entry level approved to build up that confidence to get the skills you need. So, all right, everybody. Well, I'm going to turn on some music so we can jam out. I probably might jump into one of these challenges real quick to see what we can find, and we'll go from there. So please, if you guys have any questions, drop it in chat. And I will stay on for the next few minutes while I kind of struggle bust my way through one of these new challenge rooms. So you guys can watch me kind of scratch my head and hit my head against the wall. So let's turn on some jams. Hey, Robert, thanks so much for the 10K. Congrats. I appreciate that too. 100K next. Mr. Beast, watch out. You better beware, right? No, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the journey takes us. So we'll see where we get to next. And I can't wait to see where it goes. Outstanding, Robert. That's awesome to hear, man. I hope you hear back from that application, man, and get in with an internship. That'd be great. Oh, Robert, good to hear, man. Hey, ping me on LinkedIn or however we got in touch, man. I've been so slammed. So I'd love to catch up and kind of see where you're at and kind of next steps, dude. That's awesome. Oh man, did we just find the is that it? Is that all we had to do for this one? All right, let's kill the music real quick. I'm gonna walk us through this one real fast. I'm pretty sure I found the answer, and I thought it'd be harder. So let's see if I can zoom in the right page. All right. Training, we've identified a potential fraudulent social media profile that may be part of a large astroturfing campaign. The Profile Tech Review 2024 of Connect shows several red flags indicating artificial creation and coordinated inauthentic behavior. Your mission is to investigate this profile thoroughly and extract any contact information that could lead to the real person behind this fake account. Submit your findings in the case-sensitive format. Hack the box, and then curly brackets, contact email, and curly brackets. So we kind of just started clicking around, and I started just going through his posts. The home button and notifications don't take us anywhere. Went to friends. Friends didn't really show anything. Message doesn't take us anywhere. But if we go to the about page, and right here where we had click here to show us contact info, we have our Alex Morgan at tempmail.com. So let's go ahead and grab Alex Morgan's email. If we go here to our submit flag, fun fact on submitting flags in Hack the Box, you have to put a difficulty rating in order to submit the flag. So as you see, we put our flag in here and it's not letting you actually submit it. They want you to give this a scale rating of 0 to 10, which you can't put a 0, which is funny because 0, I think, would be like extremely easy to solve. But obviously we're just gonna go for a 1 because that was actually a pretty piece of cake. So we had to just kind of pivot into the about file and go click on about and see what it gave us. So hopefully this is what it's asking for. So it asked us for an email. So let's go ahead and submit the flag. And we've already solved the question because I have already solved this. I totally blanked on this. I did this last night, I think at like 2 in the morning with little to no sleep. And I'm 90% sure that's how you solved it. So, hey, look at that. A fun little room to remember how to solve things. Oh, man. So fun. Well, there we go. And the cool thing is with these instances is I'm also in, just so you guys are aware, I'm in the Hack the Box spun up attack lab. So here inside the attack labs, I run their own attack instance because I like, rather than joining to my own virtual machine, it's nice to have the instance I can just jump into inside the environment I'm in, whether it's try hack me or hack the box. So yeah, I think that's kind of nice. So then as you throw these in though, you can drop in your flag, make that submission. And as you can see, we've already completed this challenge, Adobe. So always fun to remember when you don't remember things. So but goes into those late nights of kind of just vibe coding and kind of chilling out. So let's pivot back to the chat real quick. My networking is kind of off. No worries. Awesome, man. So yeah, Robert, let's go pivot here real quick. Oh man, did I hide the overlay? Let's see if I can do it again. There we go. So really awesome, man, that you're networking is not easy, everybody. So to try to be a social butterfly and to go to meetups and events and hangouts, it can be pretty daunting on the social anxiety to keep up to date with meeting up with all the groups. So I think there's 2 or 3 here actually locally in the Valley that I will link up with. And yeah, exactly that. It's just trying to find the time of the day to correctly get that done, and link up with everybody can be a blast. Let's pivot back over here real quick. But yeah, no, Robert, that's awesome, dude. I use TryHackMe. I got 40% off annually when I signed up for free and stopped logging in. I use TryHackMe. Oh, so they actually gave you a code for 40% off when they realized you weren't logging in as much. Like, hey, we noticed you stopped logging in so much. You should use this discount code and come back. Funny enough, if you've not realized that when you're going through Pluralsight, or not Pluralsight, Udemy. Udemy will do that, where when you start looking for courses or trainings you're trying to go study for, if you go and look at it like once or twice and then like just go away from it, magically the following usually day or two, you'll get this email saying, hey, this course you were looking at is now 60 to 70% off. And yeah, they sent a code. Yeah, no, please don't leave. Come back. We'll give you a discount. And hey, there's no shame in that. I tell people all the time, trying to break into cyber is it's a sprint, not it's a marathon, not a sprint. Sometimes it feels the other way around, but that's awesome, man. Yeah, no, cool. Cause yeah, TryHackMe. I've done a few videos on the TryHackMe rooms as well. And I'll kind of pivot back and forth. I think they're both excellent ways to kind of get into some good hands-on learning and training. Obviously, as I mentioned, and no, not sponsored by either, but I do love both platforms. And the same thing, when I was initially trying to break into cyber, I started off on pretty much TryHackMe, and any room or challenge I would do, I would then start to jump on my LinkedIn, which is, I think, the cover letter of the job market. And I would start kind of blasting out cool rooms or concepts I did and learned in order to kind of, 1, get the attention of recruiters, and 2, also start reaching out to the level up next positions or organizations I wanted to go to, reaching out to those folks that were already employed there. So asking for short little 5 to 10 minute phone calls to chat, pick their brain, ask them some questions, and kind of see if what I was doing was the right thing of breaking into this industry or trying to get to my next role into cybersecurity. So pretty excited. We have some awesome videos coming up here in the next few weeks. So we're still going to be doing our AMAs probably throughout the week. And I plan on doing that, 1, to kind of challenge myself to, I want to see what I look like on my Facebook live stream. I won't lie, guys. I'm trying to go to my stream to see what I look like, but I'm curious to see what better reactions I get off of doing the TryHackMe or Hack the Box rooms for challenges. I've argued and stated that I thought Hack the Box was very much more red team oriented. In full transparency, not being in it enough to see the blue team training that they had available. So now that I'm actually inside, because I have my TryHackMe premium account through the military. So the military allows me to do all the premium content through TryHackMe. However, I don't get that same leverage on Hack the Box. But now that I've been so lucky to have my VIP voucher code provided to me, a VIP plus voucher code, I now really want to dive into Hack the Box and really kind of leverage what I can take from here, and also kind of re-educate folks asking me the difference about using both platforms. Do you think that using ChatGPT to make LinkedIn posts is a cringe or acceptable? I leverage it all the time. So I will ask it to make a short summary page or post. Cause here's what I would tell you. So it should be someone that using AI to make those posts should be, if you have an idea and you're trying to make it sound better than what it is, I leverage my LinkedIn and my AI assistant to say, hey, look, I want to post on how I'm dropping a blog. And I have certain blog posts I'm doing here for the next like 20 days because I need those blog points because I'm trying to get CEP points. And we get 1 point for every blog that's 500 words or more. So I'm leveraging information that I know that I'm writing into short paragraphs, and I'm feeding it into AI saying, hey, here's all my sources. Here's what I'm trying to convey. Enhance this to make it more palatable and for it to be utilized. I made a post, link to room. I used make a post. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that works. I mean, like I said, I leverage it to where I drop in the content I'm trying to use on my post, like my blog post, saying, hey, here's a blog post I'm dropping. Make a short LinkedIn summary, not utilizing what's already in the blog to direct folks to what this blog is going to be about. And that way it's like summarizing my blog before people even go into it, saying, hey, this blog is going to be about cloud security, or hey, this blog is going to be about EDR, endpoint detection response. So so I don't think using AI is bad. It's funny because I was actually talking about this with some of my colleagues today here in Arizona, we have a DEF CON 4.0 local group that we meet every first Tuesday of the month in Mesa. And we also have a phone call we all jump on Thursday mornings for a kind of like morning coffee, a virtual morning coffee meetup. And we were actually talking about utilizing AI within the K through 12 school districts, also to include colleges. On colleges, I'd say it's already been pretty established that AI is, I'll say, frowned upon in the aspects of you're cheating. You're not reading the work. You're actually just dropping something into a prompt saying, hey, give me the hot notes summary of To Kill a Mockingbird and write me a 10-page paper with 5 sources to generate a paper. And my talk, I think I'm going to be trying to present to some schools here in Arizona for K through 12 is for your K through 12 audience of, hey, look, is there, if a student comes up to you and provides you a paper that they generated through AI and it actually reads right, it's smooth, it has the correct sources, it's APA formatting correctly and everything, how would you react? Would you be upset about it? Would you be pissed? Would you be impressed? Would you ask them what prompt they used to make this actually look out correctly? And I want to challenge some teachers to maybe look at it on both ends, or maybe challenge the schools to approach using AI almost like a calculator in math. DC 407, awesome. Mine's okay with it, but 100% AI, they call it ethical use of AI. I like that. And my piece of it where I want to bring the teachers is saying, hey, look, rather than shunning the use of AI, challenge your students to maybe take that and maybe turn it into a project saying, hey, you can use AI to write your paper, but you need to write out a process and document how you did it. So, hey, how many prompts did it take you to get your final product? Give me the screenshots. Give me the initial prompts. Give me the errors it kicked out. Show me how you problem solved and proofread and ensured that the information it was providing wasn't a hallucination and maybe citing the wrong pages, giving you bad sources. They want to know everything you used it for. Yes. So, in breaking it down by piece of how students are leveraging it, I think there's still a piece of the terms of some folks are old school and say, hey, no, folks need to use their brains to have ad hoc conversations. You can't just use AI in a conversation. Robert can't ask me a question. I take his question, drop it through AI. I give him the millennial Gen Z stare, and I wait for him. I wait for my response back saying, oh, well, I'm glad you asked that, Robert. Here's what I think. there needs to be that more flow of communication on talking. So being able to use AI and have that as an assistant and leverage conversations or maybe reports or homework or projects, I think are important. But you can't solely focus and use AI to get the job done. On certain roles, there might be abilities to do that, but I think as we get further and further down the road, there's going to be less and less, and also varies per teacher. 100%, yes, 100%. Because not all teachers, I would say, if I were to go into a school right now that has a teacher that's 70 years old, and I told him I used AI to write a paper or do like whatever assignment he told me, he'd probably straight up just fail me, saying, nope, that's a fail. You should have done this yourself. You need to learn how to do this. There's concepts, which, yeah, I understand there are. And I don't think that there's right and wrong reasons to use AI, 100%. But I made a PowerPoint that I plan on, I think, giving out to some teachers here, probably roughly in the next month. I'll do a video once I do actually the presentation, and I'll give like kind of like the feedback of the audience. Cause I'm actually also curious to see how folks that are in education view the thought of using AI, one, in their classrooms for their students using it, or two, also using it to leverage building up their curriculums, and also maybe giving them ideas and kind of like quick little keynotes or hot takes on the process on what they can do with their classes. Let's get back to cyber. What are your thoughts on the new Bloodhound version? Robert, I've seen John Hammond's video on it. I'm very impressed. I'm excited to maybe try to get my hands more into it. But being the blue teamer that I am not fully integrated on red team tools, which Bloodhound very much is, I would say, for your enumeration. But I'm curious to know more on it. I think I will plan on probably jumping into my Kali purple team version box I have with my home VM, and seeing what I can kind of do with that to, John's video was awesome. And he does a fantastic job keeping me up to date and up to snuff with tools I'm not using on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, if folks don't follow John Hammond, please do. John's an amazing, human being person. He's been on the channel as well. So pivot back through my channel videos on when we talked to John Hammond. He got to share kind of some of his stories of breaking into cyber, his time at the Coast Guard Academy. And it was fantastic. Ooh, maybe I didn't watch the video full enough through then to really understand what the new tool is doing. So challenge to me to now sit down and watch the whole thing after this. So what did they showed? It looked very blue team. Well, that's also reassuring because Bloodhound, I'd say, used to be a red team tool for enumeration on navigating an environment and kind of mapping it out. So if they've now turned that more of a, we'll call it like a Bloodhound, call it Bluehound, and have it more be blue team oriented, that'd be fantastic. That'd be actually very awesome. But cool. Well, I promised the wife I wouldn't run this longer than 45 minutes because it is a Thursday and we unfortunately have 2 sick kids at home. But I want to hang out probably for another good 10 minutes and turn on some more music to kind of vibe with. And feel free, Robert, to keep dropping in questions. And then, as I said too, I think you got me on LinkedIn, man. Let's set up a video call too and chat. Because I remember you telling me you're going back to school. So I'd love to kind of catch up and also just hear how that's been going, how that process has been, and hear about your journey, man. That's awesome. Lots of time. I feel that, man. I feel that a lot. Nice. 3 days in school. Fantastic, man. Awesome. Yeah, if we have you on the channel, guys, please drop that like, drop that subscribe if you've been enjoying this content or checking out the channel and just have gotten swept away by my phenomenal voice and good looks to forgot to hit that subscribe button. So please, please, please make sure that you guys are sticking around and looking around at the channel, because we have so much more coming out this year. So excited. We have our preparations for DEF CON 34 already in the making for New Village, which is fantastic. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen next with this. So I think I mentioned it before in my last video. We're working on turning Ginger Hacker into a nonprofit organization that plans on targeting kind of helping out our K-12 schools, as well as local community colleges here in the Valley, here in Arizona. So I want the music slightly in the background. There we go. So yeah, no, super stoked, because that's going to be fantastic. Hey, Abby. Awesome. Thank you so much for the 10K. I'm thinking of asking if there are any opportunities or ways I can help for you. Okay, let me go up ahead. I'm going too fast. I'm studying cybersecurity and want to get into the field. Our company's security team is small, 2 people for 3,000 users. Yeah, that is a pretty small team. And the head of security is leaving soon. I'm thinking of asking if there are any opportunities or ways I can help before he leaves. I have a good relationship with one of the team members since I've helped with MFA and AD tasks, but I haven't spoken to him much. Abby, that's a great question. So I would definitely say if it's someone within a cross team, you have 2 ways you can kind of approach it, right? I cut off the music real fast while I drop this, while we chat on this real fast and go back full screen. So you have 2 ways I think you can approach this. One is if you actually know that individual, like on a case-by-case basis, like you walk by him in the hallway, you guys say hi every day, you guys park next to each other, and you guys walk into the office at the same time. And there's that type of communication you see with him on a day-to-day basis. Dude, no harm on shooting your shot. 100% have that conversation. Now, if you don't have a strong enough relationship with that security manager and you're trying to find the best next way to reach out to him, I would recommend also going through your current going up the chain of commands, what we call it in the military. So if you've shown or expressed your want or need to kind of move up within your organization to get to that security kind of level or interest with your current team manager or lead, I would ask that lead to, hey, I'm going to be reaching out to our head of security team and just get his approval. Say, hey, I'm going to shoot him a direct email. We're on a name by name, first name basis. We talk all the time, but I just want to give you a heads up. That way, if you have that conversation with him and then he comes to your manager or boss saying, hey, I was talking to Abai and he wants to come over to the team, that'd be great. We'd love to have him. But then all of a sudden your boss is like, whoa, I had no idea he wants to leave the team. Like, what's this all about? He doesn't feel like you're kind of skipping over him to get to that head of security or that other position. Hopefully that makes sense. So the 2 ways I would go about it is, one, if you have that good working relationship with that head of security lead, just have a conversation with them saying, hey, I'd love to shoot you an email and just probably CC my manager on it so they're aware we're having this conversation. Or 2, just ask your manager to also, hey, I'm going to shoot this email to our head of security. I was going to CC you on it. Or see if he'll even do the fact of having that email sent with you. Like, hey, I have Abai. He's a great analyst or a great engineer here on this team, but he has interests on moving over to that security team, and have him have that conversation to kind of start that up. No, fantastic question. And that's how I would probably tackle it. Um, every every organization is different. So sometimes it's important for managers to have that inside knowledge and they want their team members to say, hey, please come through me first before you reach out to a separate team or another manager or C suite, because we don't want it to seem like we're jumping over people to kind of just go directly to a source. Although some organizations are extremely lax and they'll say, no, absolutely. If you know Kyle over at Head of Security and you want to go be on Kyle's team, yeah, feel free to shoot him an email and just CC me on it if you like, or just shoot him the email and just let me know how it goes. So hopefully hopefully you get that position if that's something you're looking into, and hopefully that kind of helps. Yeah, having those words and just networking are huge. That's going to help, I think, help you grow also when it comes into your organization, and just showing the interest that that's where you want to go. So 100%. Yeah, well said, Robert. Or ask your manager if they can introduce you if need be, because having that short introduction is huge. Yeah, no worries. That was a good question, man. I appreciate that. The best part about Ask Me Anything, you can ask me anything and I'll give you my honest opinion. So fantastic. Robert, since you are very engaged, I have a question for you. How is the music coming in compared to my voice talking on the channel? If you're still listening subliminally. Or that goes for anyone listening right now out of the 4 viewers we have on YouTube. Is my voice low or is the music low? We're going to do another challenge. We're going to knock out the suspicious domain and see how long this one takes us actually while we're kind of just hanging out. Yeah, closest B-sides, huge if you can, definitely. Okay, the music is low. Okay, cool. That's kind of what I want. So perfect. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, much as I love the white noise of silence, I do like having the vibe music in the back, kind of like just like vibe out, hang out, and chill. So, all right, cool. Let's check out the suspicious domain. All right, so going to pivot back to kill that music real quick. I am volunteering for my B-side 6-year. Awesome. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic, Robert. Yeah, volunteering, I think, I'm going to be talking about that in one of my upcoming videos too, for why volunteering, I think, is a great way to break into cyber, because it can literally get you into organizations and things for free. So, Abai, let's ask another question. Okay, awesome. So the security team is more focused into IAM. Should I take my shot and try for it, or should I wait for a SOC position outside instead? So you prefer SOC work more than investigation side. You prefer SOC work more on the investigation side. Honestly, I think if that's going to be your in to get the experience into cybersecurity, understand that yes, IAM has its own piece of the puzzle when it comes into, I guess, SOC work on the idea of it. But I would still say, if it's an increase in title or pay, I would say do it. Gonna drop this in chat real quick. So for those that don't know the difference, there's a quick little blurb off Google, because why not Google things when trying to do our comparisons, right? So IAM, so identity and access management, for SOC work, security operations center work, are distinct but complementary in cyber functions. So the reason why that is as I mentioned before, IAM is going to be focusing more on your managing access for those resources and verifying identities, where your SOC rules is to monitor and then respond to security threats also correlated into the same systems through real time. So I would say that, yeah, if you have an in to get into your IAM team, and that's what they're kind of focused on, go for it. Because SOC work is obviously, I think, more enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. I would agree with you 100% because I do SOC work. I'm a blue teamer at heart. And it's going to, I think, help you go a long way to pivot to their next role. But a lot of folks right now are seeing within this market that a handful of entry-level positions and even mid-level positions, one, are extremely competitive to get into, where if you're already internally inside of an organization that has a security team looking for those next steps and roles, that might be the best way for you to pivot and get into your future role, whether or not IAM's your end-all be-all dream goal. I know you said SOC work is, but there's going to be a lot of things I think that you can correlate onto your resume if you make that hop first and get into that role. So hopefully that helps and that answers that question. Also, good questions, man. Fantastic. Yo, no, what's up? Yo. Good to see you on the stream, man. Awesome. We got about 3 minutes left, everybody, and then I'm going to hop off and I'm going to hang out with the fam bam. But awesome questions. We've had some awesome questions in chat today. Got to walk through at least one of our challenge rooms. And I'll probably be on tonight. What playlist is this? Oh, man, dude. So, welcome to Restream. Restream is a streaming platform that has a built-in music function, all AI generated. So, to answer your question, this is Chill Hop is the name of the AI generated music that is playing right now. And the nice thing with it is obviously being in now streaming on YouTube and last hour of work. Let's go. Last hour, everybody. Let's push through. But yeah, oh man, you just gave me a good idea, Noel, that maybe I need to start streaming that last hour of work for that final push for folks to jump onto the stream and just, this can be your last hour. Forgot to take a lunch? Take your lunch break and hang out with us. Hang out on the Ginger Hacker channel. We can talk about how annoying the workday was and how certain processes just made us bonkers, and we're counting down that last hour of the day. But yeah, Robert, back to your answer or question of what playlist is this? Yeah, this is all AI generated music. So why that's important is because when you're on YouTube and other streaming platforms, copyright or what's the word I'm looking for? Rights to music can get videos banned and also muted. So let's say during this video, I was playing Don't Stop Believing by Journey, and I played it for the first 20 minutes of my video. YouTube will go into my video and they will mute that first 20 minutes because of the copyright, I think the word I'm looking for, of copyright of that music being played because I don't own the rights to it. So no copyright bots. Something along the lines. I'm still learning on my YouTube journey on what music can and can't be played on my channel streams. But another fun, actually, I'll show you guys a really fun, super fun app I love. Make sure that pulls up. Congrats, Noel, on making it to the pen test path on Try Hack Me yesterday. That's fantastic. That's awesome. I don't have a soundboard to do applause, but if I did, I would give you the applause option because that's fantastic, man. Sweet. Okay, cool. We're actually going to mute this music. So we'll mute that. So everybody, okay, YouTube isn't bad. It's just what doesn't, it just doesn't monetize you. There you go. That's why. Twitch is what will mute your video on demand, though. Yes, which I'm trying to stay away from. So real quick, pivot for the turn of fun. This is Suno AI. And if you've not heard of Suno AI, let me tell you, it can be quite addicting. And I wonder if the music will play if I hit it for you guys. A DJ on Twitch and have, I DJ. Thank you, Noel. Jesus. My ism was hitting hard. I DJ on Twitch and have mixes. My mixes get flagged, but not muted. Well, that's good, man. That's awesome. I had a brief stint in my life where I wanted to be a DJ and I just never followed through with it. But yeah, so hey, Suno AI, what is it? This is a music generating platform that ideally you can prompt whatever your heart desires. It can be a diss track. It can be lo-fi. It can be the Fresh Prince of Deathcon beat that I dropped on my channel as well. And let's see if this will actually play. You have to let me know in the chat if you guys can hear the music. Can you guys hear it? Or am I just jamming my head out to nothing that no one can hear? Ah, makes me sad. So I'm over here headbanging to nothing while everyone's just like, "What's he even listening to?" Anyway, long story short, oh, we can't hear it. I'll have to play around with that because yeah, there's ways I should be able to fix that. But what we can do, so with Suno AI, ideally what happens is you can go ahead and take that content in music, and with the right prompting, you can go ahead and create your own soundtracks and music, which you could then technically use for your streams. So as you can see here, I have this other idea of making a lo-fi like stream where I just literally just play nothing but lo-fi music the entire time. And it'd be super cool. But obviously, I'd play these, but you guys can't hear them, so it's pointless. But I went ahead and made like 10 different versions of some lo-fi coding lo-fi chill music is what I'm trying to go for that lo-fi chill music. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun nonetheless. So, but but yeah, man, oh man, Null, you got me a good idea to do a power hour final countdown for work stream where we can just stream the last hour of work, and that way people can kind of just hang out, listen to me vent and stuff, whether I'm working or not, because I'm actually off on Thursdays and Fridays. So while you guys are all working away, which I appreciate your hard work, I'm just hanging out on LinkedIn, reading news, jumping in Hack the Box, trying to do some cool challenges and chill. I know they exist already, Robert. I know those lo-fi music things already exist. One can dream that I could make another one that's super popular. And yeah, Lo-Fi Girl is like the standard for your coding and chill playlist, or Zelda and Chill for those who have not heard Zelda and Chill. Zelda and Chill is also a fantastic playlist that if you're a Nintendo junkie or fiend or friend. But yeah, Lo-Fi Girl is like my go-to when I'm working. That's pretty much playing 24/7. So, well, let's keep kind of messing around while we're kind of hanging out, just kind of chilling. I'm past my hour mark, but we're gonna go a little bit longer because you guys got me hyped, and because it's the last hour. So it's like, let's see what we can get into. So, da 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 da. Let's go back to our music though and get this vibe in. There we go. Some smooth MC Grove. Oh yeah, when Suno came around, like there was a lawsuit for a while, Null, of I thought some stuff that happened with it too. I used to get ideas because I wanted to make a modernized Powerpuff Girl song. Oh my god. Let's talk more offline. I want to hear it. Guys, we're on the final countdown, everybody. Last hour of work. It's 4:07. You're probably itching your seat. You've been there since 7 or 9 o'clock. And all you want to do is get home. Take off the boots, unloosen the tie, hop on a computer, jump on some lo-fi beats, maybe hop on Hell Divers, play some games. Totally support that choice. And go from there. So that's awesome. And 100% recommend it. Oh man, no, we need to talk more. Make sure you hit me up on LinkedIn, dude, so we can talk more. We need to vibe. I need to hear this out. Oh, here we go. I was like, man, I've been like clicking through here to figure out how to figure out this challenge. I'm like, man, where's all the questions? And here's all the questions. So cool. So first question is, what is the registration email address from the Who Is record? So let's go to the Who Is. And we should be able to see it right here. Register. Right here, abusregistry.com. Does it? Or maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I'm a dum-dum. It's registrant contact. It's gonna be Alex Morgan. Silly me. Yeah, no, make sure we here, I'm gonna drop my, for those that haven't added me on LinkedIn, I'm an open box. Please feel free to add me and message me. That way we can make sure, because I know we're talking. I already have something. Robert, I saw we had our chat. Awesome. I see your message. I see you. Yeah, no, drop me a message on LinkedIn or on Discord. And yeah, we can try to hook that up, man. I'll make sure that you get that. Try Hack Me voucher. Yeah, it's too easy. All right, cool. This is going to be our answer for the investigation challenge, I'm guessing. There we go. What is the complete phone number, including country code? All right, let's go back to our Who Is. That was an easy one. What is the domain created? Format, or when was the domain created? Year, month, day. I think it's this one. Should be our valid from. Nope, not that one. Historical data. Here we go. Domain registered. That should be what we're looking for. Yep. All right, moving right along. I just got stuck on a few of their challenges just to find out none of it was my fault after researching. Oh man, that's like the most headache headbanger always when doing try Hack Me or Hack the Box. So what is the exact organization name from Who Is? Morgan Tech Reviews, LLC. That should be our answer. Yep. What city is listed in the registrant address? Going back to our Who Is. San Jose. And what is the domain transfer status? I want to say that should be on historical data. Maybe transfer status. Oh yeah, man. That's the thing. You'll find folks that do those challenges and then even they have the same kind of headaches and they can't just they're either just bugged or some issue with it. So I totally get it. I'm gonna say show me a hint because I don't know where is the domain transfer status. I honestly don't know what that is. Check domain status and who is information. So the who is. Oh, okay. So client's transfer status is prohibited. That's good to know. So is it wanting that whole thing? Yes, it is. All right, the final analysis challenge. To unlock the flag, correlate data from your investigation. All right, so let's see. What company is being targeted? Check the Google Analysis ID in the Hosting Details tab. Hosting Details. GitHub, I'm going to say maybe. So GitHub. Check the Google Analysis ID and the Hosting Details status. Oh, the Hosting Analysis ID. Yeah, I feel like I liked the Hack the Box environment better. I'll say this, Noel. So being in it now more than I was last month, because I got a voucher. I got the hookup from Hack the Box to get a voucher. I definitely enjoyed this training a little bit more. And nothing against Try Hack Me, because I love Advent of Cyber. I plan on doing a whole series on the Advent of Cyber challenges once it comes around. So, but I've been really enjoying Hack the Box's environment and their challenge structure. It's actually been a blast. I've been really, really enjoying it. So I think it's asking us for the Google Analysis ID. So let's grab this. Now it's saying it wants it lowercase though. So what is the email service is the threat you're using? Check the email domain and who is. Not sure, no. I'll have to check for you. I'm not 100% to be honest. Check the email domain and who is. Awesome, Noel. Sweet. maybe asking for a net registry is what it wants. All right. We're on our last bit for this room. We're just trying to figure out, so what company is being targeted? Check the Google Analytics ID in the hosting details tab. The hosting details tab in the Google Analytics ID, it's G-Tech Flow. So G-Tech Flow is our Google Analytics ID is hosting the details tab. What company is being targeted? G-Tech Flow. Or you know what? Maybe it is GitHub. Hold on. What company is being targeted? Check the Google Analytics ID in the hosting details tab. Hosting details, Google Analytics ID. Or no, yeah, it's TechFlow. So maybe it's just TechFlow is what they want instead of the G. What is up, everybody watching out? We have about 40 minutes left of the last workday hour if you're off at 5 from our 9 to 5ers. So thanks for coming to hang out. We're kind of just jibing, hanging out, knocking out one of the challenge rooms with Hack the Box. We are doing the suspicious domain, where we are on our last step where we've answered all 6 of our questions. We are just on the final 3 extra correlation questions to try to get our flag. So if you're hanging out, if you're counting down the final countdown, trying to get out of work, feel free to sit here and hang out with us. Smash the like and subscribe button if you've not done that yet, and this is your first time on the channel. That's how we get supported. That's how we're kind of hanging out and jamming. And yeah, feel free to also yell at me through the comments on if you have any questions, as this is also still an AMA. Or if you see something within this challenge that I'm missing, and you also want to point along and help me try to figure this out. So please and thank you. Get rid of .com. I'm pretty sure that's temp mail. There we go. Boom. Aha! I said the wrong one. There we go. So cool. So our extra hints here for question 1 were what company is being targeted? And so that was found through checking the Google Analytics ID inside the host. Right here, Google Analytics ID is our TechFlow. Don't need the G-Tech. Next piece of that we were looking for was what email service is the threat actor using? And we find that through the whois. I was going back and forth between the registrant and the domain information. So we want the registrant contact because that's who's actually making the registration request for this. And so Alex Morgan is using that tempmail.com. So then there is our tempmail.com. Then our third and final question for the correlation challenge is how many GitHub pages IPs are configured, which we can find that by pivoting to the records and DNS records tab. So right here, and then right here we're going to the A records. So we just do a simple count. We have 4 IPs being totally done and used. Pivot back over here, drop in that 4. And then once this is actually done, because I hit it a few different times and obviously it wasn't being solved because we had the wrong information in there, but it'll spit out our flag. So cool. Here is our Hack the Box flag. let's kill our music real quick because I'm hoping when I drop this in for you guys. I'm gonna give it a 2. I thought that was actually pretty fun, but to some it might still be kind of tedious and hard if you're not. It took me more time to actually understand how to pivot to using this domain scope once I got in. I just had to, you have to click around with it, but fun nonetheless. So let's go ahead and submit this flag. Ah, it's not playing it. I don't hear it at least. It usually gives you like a cool, like little congratulations music kind of da-dum, but it didn't. So no, sweet. So cool. Well, we just knocked out suspicious domain easy, which is pretty easy, pretty enjoyable and fun. And glad I got to hang out with you guys to knock it out and kind of help kill about 30 minutes almost into your end of day routines. But with that, I'm going to bring this live stream to a close. Let me pivot out here real quick. Let me kill that music. And yeah, so that was fun. And I enjoyed getting to do these little kinds. I call them defend-alongs, is I think is what I'm going to use my new coin term. Stealing from Tyler Ramsby of his hack-alongs, because in a sense, we're not hacking. We're trying to do some research and recon of why something's happening, more of on the blue team side, because obviously I'm a blue team kind of guy. I'm a blue team analyst and SOC analyst at heart, and I have the good old strong heart for my blue team peeps. So whether you're breaking into cyber for your first time, and this is your first time hopping on the channel, or you're in the midst of your career breaking into cyber, or you're already in the industry, in the field, doing this for a living, working it 9 to 5. We might be starting a new concept of the final hour of your 4 to 5 live hour podcast to burn some time, hang out, burn that last hour of you're working kind of, but you're also just kind of checking your emails. You're getting ready for the end of the day, packing up real slow so you can kind of do that 5-minute walk to the car so you can sign off a little early and make that drive home with that commute. And yeah, we got some awesome AI generated kind of lo-fi chill hop beats that we'll get the jam out to for this last hour of your guys' workday. And yeah, this might be a new thing for my Arizona peeps. So I'll have to kind of keep that in mind to kind of keep running it this way. That actually might be kind of fun. So Noel, shout out to you for kind of doing your thing like, oh yeah, it's the last hour of the workday from your 4 to 5, because that kind of got me a good idea. So, well, hey everybody, I really appreciate you sticking around. For those that did, I really hope you enjoyed kind of my struggle busting through our 2 challenge rooms, one which I already did, and 2 being the one we got to do right there on the suspicious domain. That was a lot of fun. So I'm a bill collector and I need to get into cybersecurity because I hate this job. Oh no, I feel you, man. And hey, this is the place to do it, dude. And breaking into cyber is in anyone's way of life where they're at. I made the pivot 7 years in from law enforcement. I know Danny Meyer also did the pivot as well, and many other folks from the job they're not happy with pivoting into that new role. So, but yeah, those that stuck around. So shout out to Abai. Shout out to Noel, and then shout out to Robert for jumping into the stream and kind of just getting to hang out with us today. And yeah, probably stay tuned for another bit of live streaming tonight. I'm going to do probably another Sherlock room to continue down that breaking that security cyber track within Hack the Box. And that's reference their intro to Blue Team Box. And so far, it's been really fun. Like I said, not sponsored by Hack the Box. Would love to be sponsored by Hack the Box. So Hack the Box, if you see this, shout out. But yeah, this has been a blast. Great hanging out with everybody. And as always, I'll catch you on the next episode of Breaking into Cyber /AMAs with Andy. Have a good one, everybody.